If we had to pick the most bonkers Android smartphone currently in the Indian market, it would undoubtedly have to be the ASUS ROG Phone. The company has just launched two new models for 2022 called the ROG Phone 6 and the ROG Phone 6 Pro. The main difference between the two models is the design of the back panel and the RAM and storage configurations, while the rest of the specs and features remain the same. We managed to get a sneak peek at the Pro model, so let's check it out. One look at the box of the ROG Phone 6 Pro and you know that this is not your ordinary Android phone. Now ASUS says the final retail packaging might differ a bit, but it should give you a good idea of what to expect. Now this is a 65-watt charger right here. However, ASUS says that this is going to be sold separately as the Indian retail units will have a 30-watt charger in the box. There's also a nice braided Type-C to Type-C cable, and you also get a case with cutouts to showcase the rear OLED display. The ASUS ROG Phone 6 Pro will only be available in a single configuration in India with 18 GB of LPDDR5 RAM and 512 GB of UFS 3.1 storage. Now the previous ROG Phone 5s Pro and the ROG Phone 5 Ultimate had the same configuration, but it still amazes me to see a smartphone with even more RAM than most gaming laptops. The ASUS ROG Phone 6 Pro is the first phone in India to launch with the latest Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 SoC, which is not only supposed to be more powerful than the 8 Gen 1, but more importantly claims to be more power efficient, which is what you want in a gaming smartphone. ASUS claims that it has beefed up the cooling system in the new model, which should allow you to game for longer durations without having to deal with any overheating or performance throttling. Coming to the phone itself, ASUS hasn't messed around with the formula too much as the ROG Phone 6 Pro is still a massive chunk of glass and metal with very similar dimensions as the ROG Phone 5s Pro. However, the new model along with the standard ROG Phone 6 is now IPX4 rated for splash resistance against liquids, which is the first we've seen on any premium gaming smartphone. Now the massive display has nearly the same specs as its predecessor, but with a few key upgrades such as a maximum touch sampling rate of up to 720Hz in certain games and a higher 165Hz refresh rate. Now in my short time using the ROG Phone 6 Pro, the display looks stunning with punchy colors and had very good touch response. Games looked great and sounded really good too thanks to the powerful stereo speakers. Now the ROG Phone 6 Pro is only available in the Storm White finish, while the standard model gets this and a Phantom Black finish. The ROG Vision OLED display on the back of the Pro model can be used to showcase any of the preloaded animations for different events such as an incoming call, charging, etc. Now what makes the ASUS ROG Phone special compared to any other gaming smartphone are the software customizations and additional hardware features offered by ASUS. The ROG Phone 6 Pro runs Android 12 and you can choose between having Zen UI or a more gaming-oriented ROG UI skin. ASUS has also promised 2 OS updates and at least 2 years of security updates for the ROG 6. The ASUS Armoury Crate app offers a ton of customizations for individual games, and it also lets you do things such as monitor the CPU and GPU's temperature, modify the system lighting, and tweak the functionality of the phone's air triggers or the ultrasonic buttons along the right side of the frame. ASUS's Game Genie, which is the in-game dashboard, has been redesigned and it can now be summoned via a swipe down gesture. This menu lets you toggle all kinds of settings such as changing the refresh rate, blocking notifications, engaging X mode, and lots more. ASUS has also got a brand new cooler for the ROG Phone 6 called the Aero Active Cooler 6, and this is sold separately. Now this new cooler includes a thermoelectric cooling system based on a Peltier chip in addition to the fan. Now you can set the type of cooling you want from the Armoury Crate app, and ASUS claims that this cooler can reduce the surface temperature of the phone by up to 25 degrees Celsius with the frozen cooling mode. The cooler also has 4 additional buttons which can be used in compatible games. The cameras in the ASUS ROG Phone 6 have been upgraded. There's a 12 megapixel selfie camera, and on the back you get a 50 megapixel Sony IMX766 camera, a 13 megapixel ultra wide, and a 5 megapixel macro camera. Now apart from the usual shooting modes, you also get premium features such as 8K video recording. Now, just like the previous ROG phone, the ASUS ROG Phone 6 Pro features a massive 6000 mAh battery with up to 65 watt fast charging. However, it still misses out on wireless charging. Now, overall, the ASUS ROG Phone 6 Pro is a beast of a smartphone and builds on the strengths of the ROG Phone 5S series, which ASUS says will continue to be sold in India.